Okay, guys, for those of you who don't know, guys, the new guys, this is Pete Fry. He's a goalie mindset specialist. Pete does talks all over the world, okay? He's from Vancouver, the area where I grew up. Pete is an expert of talking to, these are some of the guys he works with on his screen there. You got Jeff Glass, Stuart Skinner, lots of Western League guys, a couple NHL guys, prospects. Guys, the physical side of the game is very important, but obviously the mental side, all skill set being the same, the mental side is what gives guys their edge and what makes guys better.
We ready to roll? This is one of my goalies. I recommend you watch or you listen to him. He has Game 7 tomorrow in the second round of the Western Hockey League playoffs. He's a goalie for the Lethbridge Hurricanes, Stuart Skinner. He's also rated number 5 in the goalies to go in the draft this year, but I have a feeling he's going to go a lot higher. He thinks his mindset is that he can step into the NHL next year and play. That's what he thinks right now. Anyways, it's a little motivation video that I did for him. I'll let you watch it.
Coming down the right side, he'll shoot it. Save made by Skinner. Rebound. Skinner stopped that with a left pad. Here comes Bree. Whole eye on the inboards. The Musil his shot. Save Skinner. The middle. To Sponcha. Nice save made by Skinner. Short end and stopped it. Stop it. Skinner. Shot gets right on. Skinner makes the save. On a You know it's gotta go through life. We ask for chance to fair. Chance to go our strike. Chance to do it there. We should win. Let's be by the code. Faith and out of hell high. Day by day, we get better and better. We get it, big.
Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Well, and you know what, the power of the mind, I had one of my clients come over last night, Cody Porter, and there's a little, can you guys see the screen right now?
Yeah, we got a mirror screen. Yeah.
If you guys get a chance, this is my Facebook page, Goalie Mindset Training. Make sure you subscribe to it if you're on Facebook. Some good articles on here. One that just came out in Goal magazine on the importance of your language and your mindset in goal. And that's one of my clients right now. Just got brought up to Chicago Blackhawks, Jeff Glass. You'll see him. He already sees himself as the #1 goalie there. Very, very clear on that. Cody was diagnosed with actually a career-ending injury about 11 or 12 weeks ago, and battled back and played in the playoffs for the Calgary Hitmen this year. And he was able to come back, #1, because of his mindset. He took physiotherapy. I think it was like 12 hours a day. He was so committed and so dedicated. I got an email from a goalie yesterday, and basically the email said, I have a hard time focusing the full 60 minutes of my game. Basically, the goalie said, how do I focus for the full 60 minutes? Did any of you guys ever have that issue?
Yes.
Well, here's what I said. When I responded back, I said, well, the good news is you don't have to focus for the full 60 minutes. And I'm going to explain that more. And I'm going to talk to you about this. I'm going to take you through a full focus session. We're going to have some exercises on here as well, too, that you guys are going to do. And it's going to test your focus. And maybe we'll have a little bit of a competition as well. Let's talk about focus here. Laser-like focus, what it is and how to get it. What it is and how to get it. Because you think about it. You know that if you are laser-like focused at the right moments of the game, you're going to come up with the save. No matter what. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-on-0 or a breakaway or a 2-on-1 or if it's a third rebound. If you are laser-like focused, you're going to make that save. You're going to come up with it. What happens as obstacles happen during the game, our focus can get knocked off kilter, even for a fraction of a second. If it's knocked off kilter for a fraction of a second in a key moment of a game, that can be the difference between winning the game and losing the game. So it's very key that we're able to maintain our focus. So I want you to think of your mind, your brain, and all we're doing is you're thinking your brain is a muscle. We're in the gym right now. We're in the gym for your mind, and you're going to leave here being sore. Your brain is going to be sore, just like your biceps are sore if you're doing a whole bunch of curls. Exact same thing. I'm going to work with you right now on what to focus on, when to focus on it, and how to focus on it. What to focus on, when to focus on it, and how to focus on it. And I want you to think of this, because when you play, if you're in the zone when you're playing, you really don't have to think. But it's almost like driving in the sense that if there's some people here that drive already, there's some people here that do not drive already because you're not old enough. But when you first learn to drive, you have to think about it. Once you get it, you never really have to think consciously again. You just do it. It becomes what's called an unconscious competence. And so that's what I want you to do with your focus. If you can do this, you can bring your game to the highest of levels. So let's take you through this. So that's a bad picture. Bernier, old Leafs goalie when they were not very good. They're better now. The successful goalie is the average goalie with laser-like focus. That's all it is. The successful goalie is the average goalie with laser-like focus. Repeat after me. My main focus is to remain focused. Let's hear you. My mind is clear. I'm focused. See how focused he is on the puck there? Now that is dialing in on the puck. I stay focused. What do you focus on? Number one, what do you focus on? That's what I'm going to cover first. You're going to focus on 5 key areas. 1 is going to be your breathing. 2 is going to be the players. 3 is going to be your stance, your balance. 4 is going to be being in the moment. And 5 is going to be the puck. Those 5 key things. And so to help you remember it, we got Brodeur for breathing. We got Price for players. We got Schneider for stance. We got Markstrom for moment. We got Porter for puck. Those 5 key things are what I really want you to focus on. Now let's start off with breathing, rotor breathing. Why breathing? Why would you want to focus on your breathing? Well, when you focus on your breathing, it really takes your attention away from your thinking. It creates space to allow you to focus. And another key part, for example, when the goalie asked me that question, I have a hard time focusing the whole 60 minutes of the game. When I said you don't have to focus during that whole 60 minutes, what I really meant was you need to focus on different things during the game. And that'll allow you to relax. Because if you just dial in on that puck for 60 minutes straight, you're going to be mentally tired. So you're able to dial away from the puck and focus on other things at certain times during the game. For example, when the play is down the other end, you can focus on your breathing. In fact, Jeff Glass, one of my clients that just got brought to Chicago Blackhawks, one of the things he does when the play's down the other end is you want to relax. He'll focus on his breathing, then he'll wiggle his toes. He'll wiggle his fingers. You think of that. Try that right now. Everyone wiggle your toes. Kind of takes your attention away and helps relax you. Wiggle your fingers now. When you focus on your breathing, it brings your mind home to your body, allows you to relax. How do you breathe in a game? Well, you want to be aware of your breathing. You want to hear it. You want to feel it. And you want to focus on it. See, when you do that, you can totally relax. And by being able to relax like that, when the play ends up coming back down in your end, your focus on the puck is going to be that much higher, that much better, that much more precise. How do you stand when you're working on your breathing? You can relax when the play is down the other end. You can stand like the guy on the top left. Who is that goalie top left?
Top left? Patrick. Yeah.
Okay, who's the guy in the top right?
Ken Dryden.
Ken Dryden, there you go. It's a little test. Okay, so you can relax later. Now, the next page is probably a little too relaxed.
Yeah.
So that's probably a little bit too relaxed. So here's a breathing exercise I want you guys to do. So when I start the video, what you're going to do, when a number appears, I want you to breathe in. And when the number goes away, I want you to breathe out. So basically, you'll see this circle here. When it gets bigger, you breathe in. When it gets smaller, you breathe out. Here we go. Ready? Go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And this time, really feel your breath. Breathe in, feel your breath. Breathe out. This time, wiggle your toes when you breathe in. Breathe in, wiggle your toes. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. There we go. Little breathing exercise. So now remember, when you want to breathe, you want to do it when the play's down the other end, or if there's a face-off in your zone in between whistles. Okay? That's when you want to really focus on your breathing. And when I say the play's down the other, when the play's down the other end, your team has control, there's absolutely zero threat whatsoever. That's when you want to focus on your breathing, either then or between whistles. Number 2 thing you want to focus on, this is key. With players, they talk about hockey sense. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard about Wayne Gretzky, how he would always be where the puck was going to be. He wouldn't chase it. He would go where it was going to be. This is the same thing for goalies. This will bring you what's called goalie sense. And this is by focusing on the players. Carey Price is exceptionally good at this. Why focus on where the players are? Yes, you want to know what play is developing. You want to know where the threats are. And you also want to know what hand the players shoot as well, too. What play is developing? You want to know what play is developing. For example, when the players are breaking up ice, you want to know what hands they are. What hand is every player here? What hand is the forward guy right here? He's a lefty, right? Next guy is a righty. Yep. And this guy here, I think he's a lefty too, right? Do you want to know what hands they are? What hand are the players? What hand are all the players here on the ice? Every player's left. Is it important to know what hand the player is? If there's a pass across, down low, a back door, you got to know what hand that player is beforehand. You want to know where the threats are? Here's a goal. I know that's Bobrovsky there. Bobrovsky, however you pronounce that. You got this guy right here. You got a threat over here, over here, over here. You got to see if this guy's a right-hander, he's more of a threat than if he's a lefty. So in this, what I want you to do, I want you to focus on the Blackhawk players, focus on what patterns are forming, focus on what threats there are and what hands the players are. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a quick little visualization. As you're sitting there right now, I want everyone to close their eyes. And I want you to picture that you're in your visualization room. The huge movie screen in front of you where you see everything from your own eyes. And right now you're in a game. You've just made the team that you're trying out for. You're in your very first game. The play is down the other end. There's absolutely no threat whatsoever, and you're doing a little bit of your breathing. Maybe you're wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. And then the puck is turned over. The other team gets the puck. I want you to see this clearly in your mind. As the team gets the puck, you notice where all 5 players are on the other team. You can see them clearly. And you can notice what hands they are. And then the play starts to break up ice. It gets to the far blue line. You notice the right winger, what hand he is. You notice their left winger, what hand he is. You notice the centerman, what hand he is. And then you notice both defensemen, what hand they are. And the defenseman feeds the puck up to the right winger. And the right winger comes down the right side, which is to your left. And as he comes down the wall, he skates over the blue line, your blue line now. And as he skates over the blue line, you know all the other players on the ice. You know what hands they are. You know what direction they are going. You know what potential play is developing. I want you to see that clearly in your mind. Clearly see what hands all the players on the other team are and what direction they are skating. See, that's very, very clear. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Next is stance. Why would you want to focus on your stance? How come? Every movement starts from a balanced stance, no matter what. You're always starting from a balanced stance. So you want to focus on being balanced in your stance. Focus on your hands in the correct position, head in the right place, blocker, glove, stick, all that stuff. You just want to be aware. And a lot of times when you get to a certain level, you don't have to spend that much time on this because you've worked on it so much. But it just needs to be on your mental focus checklist. Because if your balance is off, it's going to throw everything else off. So it needs to be on your mental checklist. to focus on your stance as well too. The fourth thing to focus on, and this is one of the most important, is being in the moment. Why focus on being in the moment? You want to focus on what is happening right now, not what happened last play. You don't want to be thinking about that, maybe that one save that you didn't come up with, because that's going to mess with your confidence. You want to just be still, and you want to just be focused on what is actually happening right now. What's going on in front of me? You want to be so aware. See, this is where that goalie that sent me the email and said, you know, I'm having a hard time staying focused for the full 60 minutes. Well, if you're doing the other things, if you're doing your breathing during the non-intense times of the game, then you're able to focus 100% in the moment, only for a small period of time. Maybe this is going to be for 40% of the game, maybe 50% of the game. It depends on how often that play is in your zone. But it's definitely not going to be for the full game. So what is happening right now? So you got to be focused on the moment. So right now, as you sit there in your chair, I want you to practice just focusing on the moment. Right now is the most important moment of your life. Okay, so we're going to do a little focus exercise. What I want you to count the number of words on the next slide. And this one's too easy. I'm not going to do this one. I'm going to do the next one. That was 588. That was the answer on the last one. Okay, are we ready? There's a little competition here. So count the number of words on the next slide. Go. Number of words, not number of letters. I counts as one word. Block everything else out of your mind. Focus just on the words. How many words are on the screen? When you're done, when you have a number, just say, I got it, so I know. How many words are on the screen? If you lose count, go back and start over. Does anyone have it yet? Who's got a number? Who's got a number? If you're done, say I. Okay, you ready for the answer? Who thinks they have it? Okay, let's hear some answers. I want to hear some answers. Start with the guy. I can't see you, so I got to go by guess here. The guy in everyone in the front row, starting on your left, go left to right in front row. Give me your answer.
165.
Okay, next.
100.
Next.
158.
Next.
167.
Okay, so let's stop right there. So would you not agree that there's only one answer, right? And the first 4 goalies that we asked gave 4 different answers, correct? Now it's not good or bad, it's just a result. But so what does that tell you? That all 4 guys have a different level of focus, of being able to be in the moment. So this is something that you need to master, because when you're in overtime in game 7 of a big playoff series, and those fans are going crazy, the other team is spearing you, calling you names, you got to be able to block everything out and focus just on being in the moment. So let's see what the answer is. Here we go. Did anyone get 169? So this is something that you guys can practice a little bit each and every day. Now we got another one, but I think we're going to be running out of time a little bit. So I don't think we're going to do this one right here. I'm going to leave this on the screen. What I want you guys to do is when you when you go in and watch the recording of this, I want you to do this one as well too.
Everybody see?
So when you get to this section of the recording, I'll tell you right now, so let's pretend you're listening to the recording right now, you're going to press pause. I'm going to go through it quickly. So everyone close your eyes for a sec. I don't want you to see the next screen. Close your eyes. There you go. Hopefully no one saw that number there. And if you did, keep it to yourself. Okay. The next exercise that you're going to do by yourself is you're going to count the number of hockey pucks. Now that sounds easier than words, but this one's even a little tougher. A half puck counts as a full puck right there. So we're not going to do this now. You can do it when you watch the recording. Okay, everyone close your eyes for a quick sec. I'm going to skip through the next screen. Remember, when you get to this slide, when you're watching the recording, pause it until you think you have your number. Okay, close your eyes. We're going to switch slides. There we go. Okay, so the 5th thing that you want to focus on, and probably the most important, and if you're in a game and you're having a hard time focusing, you're having a hard time concentrating, nothing seems to be going right. If all else fails, dial in on the puck. If all else fails, focus on the puck. That will save you almost every single time. Why focus on the puck? See the puck leave the stick blade. Read the words. A good exercise to do, they've done studies where they've tested brain patterns. And they said if you watch that puck as it's coming towards you, and you actually visualize that there's a dot, even though there is no dot, if you visualize that there's, say, a little white dot in the middle of the puck, or a little green dot or red dot, whatever you want to picture it, and you're looking at the dot, not the whole puck, you're just looking at that little dot, and that's what you focus on. There's been studies that show that the success of being able to see the puck the whole way is a lot higher. The brain patterns show a lot more success. But what happens if you just focus on seeing that little dot and you miss that little dot by a little bit, you're still going to make the save because the dot is smaller than the puck. But if you focus on the whole puck and you miss the puck, chances are you won't make that save. You won't see it anyway. You want to see the puck hit your body? A fun little exercise to do is when it hits you is to say something like, see it. Why would you do that? The only reason you would do that is because it brings it to a higher level of focus. You actually have to see the moment that that puck makes contact with you. See, once again, this is just building muscles in your brain. It's building focus muscles. Notice the exact millimeter that puck hits your body. Little focus exercise here. Focus on the puck in the video. I want you to see it leave the stick, and I want you to see it travel through the air. So this will be a fun little video. This is a GoPro. If the video works here, yes, it is working perfect. Okay, so I want you to watch the puck leave the stick and see it travel all the way to your body. See it actually leave the stick? Oh, we got to go through the little warm-up first. Here we go. Pretend that's you in the net there. Turn your head, turn your head. Just like Holtby does. Picture what body part you're using to make that save. Really focus in now and actually look at the stick blade angle when it's shot. See if you can pick up the angle. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so just to recap, remember the 5 key focus areas for you are breathing, players, the stance, the moment, and the puck. So breathing that allow you to relax and allow you to focus more on the puck and being in the moment and the players when you need to by doing your breathing. Next is players. Remember players, you want to focus on where the players are, what hands they are, what directions they're going. The stance, you want to just make sure that you're nice and balanced in the right position. Moment, nothing else matters. Just what's happening right now is the only time you can do something about anything. What's happening right now in this very moment. The most important moment of your life is right now. It'll always be right now. And 5, of course, the puck. If all else fails, just focus on dial in on that puck. Laser-like focus on that puck. Turn that head. Even guys like Stewie in the Western Hockey League, one of the things that we talk about and work on is that some saves that he's making, he's not turning his head still. Right? So he knows that there's always room for improvement. You got to turn that head. Okay, last focus exercise. I want you guys to picture being, do you guys want to picture being in your next game or being in tryouts? What would you rather do? You want to picture tryouts? Okay, let's do a quick little visualization. We're going to finish it off with this. Okay, so everyone right now, in a moment, and while I take you through this, what I ask is that you're totally quiet during the whole thing, ready to roll. Okay, and if you want, you can sit up in your chair or you can find a spot to lie down. If you'd rather lie down for your visualization, feel free to lie down. And if you fall asleep during the visualization, it's all right because I'm still speaking to your subconscious mind. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to either get relaxed sitting or to find a place to lie down. Okay, in a moment I'm going to tell you to close your eyes, and when I tell you to close your eyes, there won't be a time where you'll be hearing the sounds in the room about you or about me. If you hear their sounds, you'll hear my voice even more clear. Close your eyes down tightly now. Next, I'm going to count down from 3 to 1. When I get to 1, you'll be in a deep trance-like state. Everything I say will be fully absorbed by your subconscious mind, the most powerful computer on the planet. 3, 2, 1, deep trance-like state now. And what I want you to see clearly in your mind is that you're in your visualization room, huge movie screen in front of you. Everything you see is from your own eyes. And you know that you will walk into the picture you hold of yourself, and you also know that picture you hold of yourself is a magnificent one, as you are the director, the producer, the owner of your own movie studio. See yourself standing there. And beside you to your left appears your favorite goalie, the goalie that you idolize. Whether it's Carey Price or Braden Holtby or Jonathan Quick, whoever that goalie is, see that goalie standing beside you clearly. And see his helmet, his glove, his blocker, his pads, his stick, his jersey, everything about him, his skates. And you are both in full uniform, full gear. And then notice how I appear in front of the two of you. And as I'm standing there in front of you and your favorite goalie, I put my left hand on your right arm, just above the elbow. I put my right hand on your favorite goalie's left arm, just above his elbow. And as I stand there facing the two of you, with my hands on the outside of both of your arms, I start to move my hands together. And as I move my hands together, I merge you together with your favorite goalie. See the merge happening in your mind very clearly. And as the merge happens, you can feel it on a cellular level. The merge of you and your favorite goalie. And as the merge happens, you think about what are these skills or traits or characteristics from your favorite goalie that you want to have. And when you think of them, they're automatically passed to you from your favorite goalie. Whether it's Carey Price's calmness and confidence on the ice, or whether it's one of the goalie's laser-like focus on the puck, or his ability to battle, whatever that is, you see it clearly. Speed in the crease. And those skills or traits or characteristics are now passed on to you. And you see yourself in your tryouts having those skills. Dominating in your tryouts, being the best goalie out there, the hardest working, the absolute most focused goalie. And when you're in your tryouts and the play is down the other end, you're able to relax when you're breathing. And as the play breaks up ice, you're able to totally focus on where the players are, what hands they are, what plays are developing before they even develop. Then as it gets to center, you're able to focus on your stance. And as the play now gets to your blue line, you're able to focus on being in the moment and focus on just what's happening right now. And then you're able to laser-like focus and dial in on that puck for save after save after save. You were born to be a great goalie. You were born to stop the puck. You were born to come up with every save. And as the merge just completes with you and your favorite goalie, you start to feel like you can come up with every save. You start to feel like you can stop every puck. You start to feel totally confident. You are a great goalie. You are a winner. Success comes naturally to you. The merge with you and your favorite goalie is now complete. Anytime you need his powers, they are there for you. In a moment, I'm going to count back up from 1 to 3. When I get to 3, you'll be wide awake. And everything that I will have said will be fully absorbed by your subconscious mind, the most powerful computer on the planet, the computer that makes your heart beat, pumps your blood, regulates your body temperature, does a trillion other operations per second without you even knowing it. It's going to work right now on this for you. 1, 2, 3, wide awake now. Outstanding, goalies. Final thoughts here before we clear up for the day. Final thoughts. If you hold a magnifying glass with a beam of sunlight and you keep it very, very still, you will start a fire. So I want you to think of your mind as a magnifying glass on that puck. Keep it very, very still. The puck, your mind. Your mind, the puck, the magnifying glass. You have greatness within you, guys. Make it a great camp. Make it a great tryout.